Sonic Lab
TV.
We're taking a look at the Korg Kaoss Pad Quad. This is the latest in the Kaoss Pad range from Korg, and it does things a little bit differently. It's very real time. It's got 4 separate effects that you can have either all together or in various different combinations, all with 5 different algorithms on each group. It's got the same XY pad, but let's take a look at the unit because it is a little bit different. So here it is. It's a plastic case this time, not metal like the KP Pro or the KP3, I think is a metal case. Same large size XY pad. Let's look at the effects groupings quickly. We've got the looper, we've got distortion, filtering and delay and reverbs. Each one has 5 groups. 5 effects. You switch them on just by pressing these, and then if you want to control them, you use the XY pad here, which has got 4 rather tasteful LED which change colour. You can change depending on how you've got it going on and what audio signal's coming in. You can also freeze these effects, which means that that will stay in the position that you've left it while still maintaining control of these. Anyway, back to the rest of the stuff. BPM indicator. Doesn't show decimals, but it will auto detect. You can either tap tempo or you press and hold to auto detect the BPM. Input volume control with a peak indicator and an effects depth. This is really handy if you want to bring some of the more sort of extreme effects in subtly underneath the mix. Round the back, 1/4 inch unbalanced microphone input with a dedicated gain control. Inputs and outputs are on phonos. In and out. You've got a little switch here which allows you to set it between send and direct connection, so you might have it on an effects send or in line. 9-volt DC in as standard, power switch, headphone out with dedicated volume control. Right, the more eagle-eyed amongst you will have no doubt spotted that there's no MIDI and no USB. That's right, this is a purely standalone, real-time dynamics effect processor. That's all it is. It doesn't generate any synth sounds. It has no sound generation capabilities on its own. It's purely for dynamic effects processing, and that's how you should see it. But enough talking, let's take a look and see what the different effects and effects groups sound like. Okay, I've got a little loop here running into this from the sequencer. Got auto tempo, picked up the tempo okay. Start with looper. Reverse looper. Loop slicer. Bit of grain shifting. And a vinyl break. This is one of my favourite ones. So on filter distortion, decimator kind of bit crusher type distortion, nice flanger, speed, depth, same with the phaser. If I like that I can freeze it, ducking compressor, based on the BPM it's like it gives you the release. Low pass filter, high pass filter, band pass, nice jet which is like a sort of manual flanger, really deep, pitch shift, a few delays, reverb, I can get a little bit of reverb on there, freeze that, and then maybe filter on the XY. So I can freeze any of these things, so if I decide I want to go... And there you have it, sort of whistle-stop tour of what effects are available. So a couple of points. Thanks for the questions in the comments, by the way. First of all, you can't reorder the effects. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4 in the order that they're placed in. I'm told by Korg that's the direction that they flow in. Also, you can't save anything, so you can't save combination of freezes and effects and recall for later. It's purely a real-time affair. You really don't get any opportunity otherwise. But in some ways, I think that's quite good because it makes you sort of live for the moment, which perhaps is what Korg were hoping for. Again, -10 ins and outs, but that's the same across the whole range of the Kaoss Pad stuff, so there's no change there. We should take a look at the BPM stuff, because the auto BPM, while it does work, it's not altogether infallible. Let's just take a look. So we start off just running the sequence at 99 BPM, seems to pick it up really quickly actually, and seems to be following it, you know, roughly right. Goes up to 115 BPM here, completely loses the plot, can't trace it at all, seems to freeze. So what I'll do is I'll stop the music and then start it again exactly at 115 BPM and see if it picks it up then. Pretty good, that's what, 2 beats? So it looks like you actually need some clear space between two consecutive pieces of music where the BPM changes. Not ideal perhaps, but bear in mind it only takes 2 beats to sync up and grab the tempo. That's pretty damn fast. Another question that was asked in the comments was, what's the actual loop sync like? So if you get a loop going, how long does it stay in sync with the source material? I'll just show you that quickly. Right, so we've got a single bar looping here in the sequencer. Get the BPM. Got that pretty quick. Right, now get a loop going. And then I'll just blend between. You can hear it's kind of phasing. It's moving around a bit, but it's pretty damn good. I mean, bear in mind, this is all pretty much down to how accurate you are with your loop. So in terms of loop time, it looks like you get around about a bar at whatever the designated tempo is. While we're here, I'd like to show you a little bit more about the freezing and the XY pad and how those kind of things interact. So just to demonstrate here, bring the loop up, freeze it. That means that my loop is continuously running. Then I can add another effect on the XY pad. Maybe add a bit of reverb. I like that, I'll freeze it. Come back and filter the whole thing on the XY. Maybe I want to do the jet and the distortion. Or if I like the sound of that, freeze that, then I can come back and let's ducking compress the whole thing. Endless fun. I had to keep reminding myself that I was doing a review and not to get too carried away, which is a testament to how well Korg have done with this product. I mean, those of you who are used to the other Kaoss Pad products will obviously know that there's lots more algorithms, lots more programs, but the thing about this is because these are dedicated buttons, you hit it, you know what you're getting, it's repeatable, it's somehow more immediate than previous Kaoss Pads to my mind. I think perhaps obviously some of the effects algorithms, you know, there's a bit of duplication in the delay side, and perhaps I probably wouldn't use the vinyl scratch all that much myself. But on the whole, these effects are of good quality and certainly reusable. I would like to have seen the BPM algorithm perhaps made a little more robust so it could work in real time on a continuous piece of music, but it didn't seem to work for me. Pricing. In the UK, £275. In the US, $350. That's full retail price. You're going to find it cheaper on the web if you shop around. Overall, I think Korg have done a really good job here. They've kind of out Kaoss padded any previous Kaoss pads because it's so real time, so immediate. It's got more of a performance aspect to it for me than any previous models. And I think Korg have done a great job.